Alright, what's up everyone, this is James Riddler here, and we are going to play Kirakira Star's Idol Project, which is a visual novel, so let's start. Now, I just got done trying a visual novel, but it was also a rhythm game, and it was not working correctly for the rhythm, so I stopped, and I'm going to delete the video off my channel. So, alright, sound of the camera's shutter rings through the room. Great, just like that. Got it. The photographer is taking shot after shot of the young woman's perfect form as she bathed in light. Next, would you mind smiling a little? Yes, perfect. Keep that up. Following the photographer's instructions, the smile, I'm going to call her Yuki, puts on what natural and dignified. She's so cool. She sure is. It wasn't just me and I, but everyone in the room was captivated by her. Her mere presence naturally drew everyone's eyes to her. She has a special kind of charm about her. Calling it charisma would have been an understatement. Phew, you got to be tired after taking many shoots. Do you want to take a break soon? No, I'm fine. Let's continue on the next shoot. Every shot was on the mark, so of course there was no need for retakes. Each pose she took following the photographer's instructions were all perfect. So this is why they let us observe this shoot. Her ability to make it through such a huge number of photo shoots in a frightfully short time span was proof of her competence. Yet she never showed a shred of vanity. So that's, I'm going to call her Nagi, the top idol. Now, I did turn music off. Since this was an idol thing, I figured there probably would be some copyright music, so I didn't want to deal with it, so I'm sure there's music playing now. Yeah, I don't know if that keeps going or not. I'm just gonna skip it. Good morning, Nabu. Morning, Ai. You're awfully cheery today. Girl who came into the office first thing in the morning with a big smile, cheerfully greeting everyone, was Ai Amane. She's ODA Productions' only idol and my friend that I have only recently seen again after some years. Hee. I got excited thinking about the new job today. That's right. Today's photo shoot was not for some local publication, but for a global magazine. Even if it's just one page, it'll be published in magazines throughout the country. No wonder she's more motivated than usual. I'm sure you'll do fine, but just in case, let's go over today's schedule one more time. In the morning, you've got to shoot for a magazine publication, and it's only to be a few shots, but this time they'll have higher standards than usual. You should probably go in expecting them to ask for a few retakes. Right. It is a nationwide publication. After all, I need to be on top of my posing game, more than usual. Yeah, that's the spirit. After the shoot, you've got an interview. But it'll be your first time, won't it? Will you be okay? I've already seen the questions, and if there's anything unexpected, I already came up with some topics to talk about. See, I'm going to do the dub translation for her. I think I'll be fine. I hope. No use in overthinking it. Haha, I guess I am a little nervous. You're already used to photo shoots, so it shouldn't be as nerve-wracking as a live performance, right? It's a little different, but how do I put it? It's kind of like a different kind of nervousness, I guess. I think I understand what you're trying to say, but I don't really get it. Sorry that I can't explain it very well. You don't have to apologize. I gently pat her on the shoulder, trying to cheer her up with a wry smile on my face. If you're going to try to cheer me up, you should just pat me on the head like you always did. When did I ever do that? You don't remember? Anytime you praise me or try to comfort me, you always pat me on the head. I notice that a lot in these animes that they pat each other on the head. I wonder if that's real or in real life. If anyone's Japanese, let me know in the comments. I might have done that in the past, but I can't be that casual with you now. We're in the office right now. Couldn't we just be careful when we're outside together? It would be quite a scandal if I acted over familiar with you when we were out. Right, now, you are an idol and I'm your manager. I probably got this close because until very recently we were living together. I finally managed to move out of your place, so now we need to think about keeping a professional distance with each other. She's still pretty much unknown, but if we wait until she becomes famous to change, it'll already be too late. I don't even want to think about I getting caught up in a scandal because of me. So from now on, we've got to be careful. I guess so. I'll try to act normal when we're in the office together. Really? Okay. It'd be impossible to try to change all of a sudden, so we may as well try to slowly get used to things. Alright, off to work then. It had been raining for a few days on end, but lucky for us, it looks like it's sunny today. As I look at Ai walking beside me, I become actually aware of the flow of time, realizing it's already been half a year since we met again. ODA Productions was on the verge of being shut down, but for now we seem to have escaped that fate. One of the main reasons for that is because we've managed to secure a business partnership with Productions, another well-established agency. But had I never become an idol for us, that business partnership never would have happened. I like the art style of this. I like the anime-looking type visual novels. Ai is the savior of ODA Productions, though the fact that we're still just barely getting by hasn't changed. We can't just maintain the status quo. We need to try and get Ai out there as much as possible. Nobu. Whoa, what's wrong? That's what I wanted to know. I've been trying to get your attention for a while. Is that so? Sorry, I didn't notice. You look like you were thinking pretty hard about something. I was looking at me straight in the eye, making me jump a bit. Oh, I was just thinking about our plan from here on out. From here on out? Oh, you mean about today's job? You're probably worried because I said I was nervous, but don't worry, I'm fine. I won't mess up like I did when I first started. Looking at Ai as she worked herself up, I couldn't help but crack a smile. Of course, I'm counting on you, Ai. I'm going to focus on the job at hand and not worry about the future. Oh, I can see it up ahead. That's where the shoot is today. Look, like it. Let's hurry up and get checked in. With that, we head to the reception desk, only to find, we're not in the schedule for today? That can't be right. For some reason, today's shoot is scheduled for another idol. We'll be waiting there, so could you please contact the director? Yes, I understand. Was there some mistake? What are we going to do if we can't have the shoot today? I'm sure it's just a mishap. Excuse me? I let out a gasp of surprise as I turned to look at the person calling out to us. Are you Miss Yukihiro by any chance? I was filled with a sense of dread as we run into someone I wasn't expecting to meet. Do you have business here today by any chance? Yes, that's right. I wanted to let out a sigh as I confirmed by my bad hunch. How about you two? We were supposed to have a photo shoot today. That's strange. I heard it was just going to be us today. The woman standing behind Yuki inserted herself into the conversation. And you are? This is the first time we've met. I am Saya, Nagisa's manager. Thank you for your kind introduction. I'm Nobu. Yeah, I'm not saying that. This is I, a main and idol with our agency. Nice to meet you. My name is I. After bowing together, I bowed once again toward Yuki. It's nice to see you again, Miss Yuki. Last time was during your live performance, right? Yes, that's right. Yuki glances at Ai for a fleeting moment, but quickly averted her gaze. She is just as calm and stoic as when I first met her. It's easy to see why her fans call her Snowflower. Isn't it strange that those two are scheduled for the same time as us? I certainly would like to hear what exactly is going on here. I'm so sorry. The receptionist guided us to the director as he bowed, apologizing. Because of some scheduling mishap, it seems like the job was double booked. I'm very sorry for the mistake, but would you mind if we do Yuki's shoot first? Excuse me. She has another appointment after this, and we pass up this shoot. There's no telling when we'll have another chance. Well, I definitely doesn't have as much work coming in as Yuki. It was only rational to prioritize a top idol over a new face. I tried giving a suggestion thinking I would be a pitiful manager for Ai if I just let them walk all over us. If that's the case, would you mind if we watched Miss Yuki's shoot? Since I is still new, we would appreciate the opportunity to watch her for future reference. There are many chances to watch a top idol like her at work. I asked, thinking we had nothing to lose, but I wonder if they'll agree to the proposition. I don't have a problem with that, but the director quickly glanced over at Naka and Yuki. Nagisa, what do you think? If they want to watch, I won't stop them. But if Nagi doesn't mind, then there's no reason for me to stop you. Thank you so much. Your gratitude is unnecessary, just don't get in the way. Of course, we'll be sure not to be a nuisance. After giving myself a mental high five, we follow Yuki and her manager to the studio. The shoot was going exceptionally smooth, so it looks like Ai's turn will begin earlier than expected. Huh? I feel like she looked at me just now. Nobu, you look like you're thinking about something. What's wrong? Nothing. Don't worry about it. You should be watching, learning, and take in what you can. You're right. This is a real chance to watch her, so I should study everything I can. I could feel someone looking at me again, so I rose my head, but this time it was Yuki who was focused on me. Are they glaring at us? Nagi, what's wrong? If you're tired, we can take a break. It's nothing. Let's continue. Okay, let's try for a softer pose. You look great with a stern look on your face, but it's not the expression I'm looking for right now. Got it. Yes, that's it. Fantastic. Hold that pose. I'll take a few shots. What was that about? I wasn't just imagining her glaring at us for that split second, was I? Still, I can't come up with a good explanation, so I tilt my head sideways and think about it. Okay, that's all for today's shoot. I wasn't expecting it to be over so quickly. You're a real pro, Nagi. Thank you. Nice work. Nagi, you've got an interview after this. Do you want to take a break first? I don't want to take too much time. Let's just go straight to it. Got it. Reporter, if you will. Interview right after a shoot. Just how much stamina and focus does a top idol have? Well then, today we are joined with Nagi, a quickly rising star in the idol world. Miss Yuki, you're known for being cool and mysterious, and your fans have taken to calling you Snowflower. Yes, they sure have. Honestly, I'm surprised myself. Would you say it's a name you're not very pleased with? It's not that I'm not pleased, it's just that the name is a little embarrassing and I don't feel I quite live up to it. Yuki's image started well and it continues apace. What kind of training do you usually do? I imagine it must be a special routine. I don't do anything special. Jogging to build flexibility and stamina and voice training, just the basics really. That does sound surprisingly normal. There's no such thing as a shortcut like special training. It's important to diligently build upon a solid foundation. If you practice for what's necessary when it's necessary, your efforts will come out naturally when they do. You can't neglect the basics, especially as a type auto. Just with the photo shoot, Yuki responds to their request at hand with depth skill. How much experience does someone need to be so effortlessly perfect? I like the transitions through the characters. Do you think I'll be interviewed like Miss Yuki? I mentally practiced, but I'm not sure I could be so natural at it. On the magazine page, just be in print, so it doesn't matter if you stumble over words or mess up, you know. Yeah, you're right. The scariest thing is if I get too nervous to even speak. You don't need to think about giving impressive answers, just as long as you don't forget the questions. Sai gets back her motivation. Yuki's interview continues at a brisk pace. And that's all the questions I have. We're all expecting great things from you. With that, Yuki ends the interview, having answered each question without hesitation. Oof. Nice work. Here, have some water. Thank you. I might need some water after I get done reading all this stuff. Great job, Miss Yuki. Your shoot before was so cool. Is that so? Thank you. I'll try my best to be just as good as you. Coming over to say hi is all good and well, but aren't you up next? Shouldn't you be going? Oh, right. Cutting Ai off cold, Yuki and her manager leave the studio. Do you think Miss Yuki is trying to avoid me? Ha ha ha. No need to fret. She's like that with everyone. Director, seeing Ai dejected, tries to cheer her up. Well then, since Nagi finished early, I think we can get started. Ai, are you ready? Yes, I'm all set. Let's get started. And with Ai's heartfelt reply as a starting point, the shoot begins. So what, we don't get to see her? I want to see a different smile of yours. Can you change it up a little? Different smile? Got it. I'll give it a shot. Oh yeah, nice. Great expression. After watching Yuki work, Ai is already working hard to show her best. Looks like watching a top idol work was good stimulation for her. Just as I was congratulating myself for president for the chance to watch Yuki, a figure of a Persian came into my field of view. Is that Yuki and Nagisa? I thought they left, but are they watching Ai work? Just as soon as they notice me looking at them, the two turn around and leave the building. Go after or not go over? I'm not gonna go after them. I should stop. If I keep after them, I'll just be a nuisance. And I can't just leave Ai working all by herself. Yes, this shot should be fine. Next, give me a little bit of a different expression. Different expression? Yeah, we already took a lot of cute shots, so show me a little more mature of an expression. Got it, I'll give it a try. Haha, you don't have to feel pressure to copy Nagisa after watching her shoot, you know. Oh, sorry, how about this? It's better than before, but let's try changing the composition. Excuse me, bring me a chair, please. Saying that, the photographer gives Ai instructions for the composition of the shot. Next is the posing. Bend your elbow a little more. Yeah, that's good. Cross your arms over your knees, like this. Wait, give me a second. Like this, and how's this? That's a lot better. Next, open up your hands. Alright, I'll take the shot. It's already getting late. I messed up the interview a little. That's not true. You answered the questions just fine, honestly. I thought you stumbled on your words more. If I hadn't watched Miss Yuki interview, I probably would have stuttered more, just like you thought. Top idols are so amazing. She was able to do things that would usually be so nerve-wracking, just like they were nothing. With experience, you can become just like her, Ai. If you look back to your first job, you're already getting better at photo shoots, right? That's true. You're improving a lot too, you know. Just like Miss Yuki said in her interview. You just have to slowly build up the basics. Yeah, There aren't any shortcuts. Alright, next time I won't get nervous, and I'll do a great job. A few days after the double booking incident with Yuki, this morning I and I are headed not to our usual office at ODA Productions, but over to UCD Productions. A lot of people from different agencies are going to be coming to this joint practice session, right? What kind of people you think will come? I'm looking forward to practice. Oh, that's right. This will be your first time practicing with other idols, huh? Under normal circumstances, she would be practicing her craft with other idols in our agency, but right now she's the only one we have. Sorry, we really should recruit more idols to ODA. You don't have to apologize, Nobu. I actually like the atmosphere in our office, with just the three of us. Happy to hear you say that, but we can't keep depending on other agencies like this. We do have Milwaukee working now, but sooner or later I'd like to have some new idols join us. Anyway, let's talk about this when Milwaukee's around. This joint practice session is a good opportunity, so be sure to do your best. You're right. You're looking forward to the manager training as well, right? Yeah, this will be a great opportunity for me to learn too. Milwaukee has taught me a lot about being a manager, but it's not really her job. Right now, the fact of the matter is I don't have enough expertise to make Ai a star idol. This will be a perfect opportunity to learn more about how to do that. That's why I have to work harder than Ai. But I was surprised when Milwaukee told me about this joint training session. I didn't think that Milwaukee knew Miss Nakajo. She said they went to school together. The world really is a small place, huh? According to Milwaukee, she helped her out a lot when they were in school together, but who knows if that's true. I've only met Nakajo once, but I can't imagine Milwaukee looking after her. I've often heard those in the industry are usually acquainted, but this is the first time experiencing it myself. It was thanks to Milwaukee that we were able to join this practice. Connections really are pretty important, aren't they? ODA Productions were totally ignored until Milwaukee had contacted. But wasn't ODA famous back in the day? You think there are other production agencies that have a lot of connections like UCD? I heard Emma Agua headhunted the staff who had any connections. Agua is putting pressure on other companies, so it's unlikely that there are many other places that would want to work with us. Which would mean that UCD Productions is a big enough operation that they could ignore pressure from Agua, right? They aren't bluffing when they claim they are the industry's leader. They've got all the newest equipment and facilities and do a fantastic job of supporting new phases. UCD has been pumping out famous idols since way back and are continuing to do so. More than anything, they're famous for their reliable management. ODA Productions had once competed with Productions, but now they totally beat us at business management. Anyway, thanks to their reputation, we got to bask in their good fortune too. We've both got to do our best to thank Milwaukee for using her connections to get us here. And we have to make sure to secure a good relationship with her just in case something like this happens again. Oh, by the way, wasn't Miss Naki going to be there when they get to Productions? That's what Milwaukee said. Then that'd be a good chance to thank her for letting us participate and to ask her for a favor. I get thanking her, but what do you want to ask her for? You're going to be training under them too, right? That's why I want to ask her to take good care of you. Pulling back the urge to ask, what are you, my mom now? I consider the bigger problem at hand. I don't think she will be participating. Huh? Really? She's the manager of a top idol. I think she might be too busy for something like this. I wonder. She seemed like the serious type, so I thought she would participate even if she's busy. I'd be happy if she did. There are a lot of things I want to ask her about. If that were the case, I suppose Miss Yuki would be participating in the practice as well. I'd be so happy if that's true. I would love to practice with her. And it's just I would like the chance to become friends with her. So that's what you were thinking about. Yeah, it's kind of a secret goal of mine to become close enough to have a real conversation with her. But from her perspective, I guess it would be a waste of time. It would be quite a challenge to become friends with a girl as stoic as Yuki, yet it's strange that I think if anyone could, it would be I. You want to be friends with her, right? It's up to her if she thinks it's a waste of time. No use deciding anything until you've tried. I'll be cheering you on, so do your best. Talking about this and that, we arrive at productions before we know it. You've come right on time. Welcome to productions. Mr. Kino and Miss Amane. Nakajo had come out to the front of productions to greet us. Good morning. Thank you very much for inviting us to the joint practice session. Good morning. Thank you again for the other day, and we'll do our best today. Think nothing of it. I heard everything from Niwaka. Our eyes met for a split second, but she continued talking soon after as if nothing happened. Maybe because of that, or because she's Yuki's manager, but I can't help but think that they are quite similar. However, please be sure to tell Milwaukee that this is the last time we can grant such a ridiculous favor. Milwaukee didn't go into details, but did she ask a lot from you? Yes, at first I thought she would simply ask me for a simple introduction, but Milwaukee also asked that I introduce you to the executive director in charge of general idol-related matters. That's quite a big favor to ask. Honestly, just hearing that was almost enough to make my face convulse. Well, it seems the executive director was aware of the debt owed to OBA, so I had a good chance of success to begin with. Even still, it was quite unbearable for me to be dragged along on the end of her. We're really sorry for all the trouble. We'll be sure to tell Milwaukee. Indeed, and one more thing. Know that we really had to push to get permission for you to participate in the practice session. It's unthinkable, but I expect you won't be absent without contacting us or get to any ridiculous antics. And I trust you won't do anything to sully Milwaukee and Yusugi's good name. Of course, we wouldn't dream of it. I'll do my best during practice. Thank you so much for this opportunity. After glaring a hole straight through us, Nagisa finally loosens up her stare a little. As long as you understand, well then, let's move on. By the way, I didn't ask before, but is Milwaukee doing well? Milwaukee, yes, she's doing fine. She wanted to leave work to come say hi, but I stopped her. Should we have brought her along? No, it would have been quite a lot of trouble had she come, so it's good that you stopped her. But she really never does change, no matter how much time goes by. How long have you known each other? At the very least, before we entered college, even back then, she helped me out a lot. As Nakajo looks off in the distance, reminiscing, I catch a glimpse of what might be called friendliness in her expression. I guess you two must be good friends. We just have an inseparable relationship. Say, Yuki comes walking down the opposite corridor. Oh, are you heading to practice room now? Yes, sir. Are you, you said you'd be showing them around this morning. That's right, but this is a good chance if you're going to the practice room. Can you show Miss Miss understand. Thank you. You're welcome. Come on, it's this way. Okay, well I guess I'll be off now, but do your best. Yeah, see you in a bit. Just after Yuki, with hurried footsteps, I disappeared down the corridor. We should get going too. As Naki opens the door, we are welcomed by a lively hustle and bustle. I can feel the excitement emanating from the staff, busy working at this or that. Space is huge. It's got to be at least twice as big as our office, and there are so many people. What's the matter? Don't you know? Just stand there. Come this way. Caught gawking at the spectacle before me. Not good. Voice draws me to my senses. I hurry and follow after her. Nagisa brings me deeper and deeper into the office. With every step I can feel Yusugi's staff looking at me and can't help but feel a little antsy. She brings me to the free space set up in the back of the office. There's a couch over there, so have a seat and wait. With that, Nagisa returns to her own seat in the office. Wait for how long? I don't really have anything to do, but I do as she says and wait on the couch. Wow, it's so soft. Sitting down, I almost got lost in how soft the couch is. Sorry to keep you waiting. What are you doing? I was just startled by how comfy this couch is. Is that right? These are the materials we'll be going over during today's training. I take the papers Nagisa presents to me. Wow, this is a lot. Is this for all the days? What are you talking about? These are the papers for just today. My face spasms at her words. Seems I was still not prepared for this. Huh? Are those papers for another person? These are for me. I'll be the lecturer for today's training session. Huh? You're going to be the lecturer? To be precise, I will be one of the lecturers. Well then, we're heading to the training room, so come along. Of course. Though I'm still perplexed, Nagisa urges me on, leaving me no choice but to follow after her. Ai's prediction was half right and half wrong, it seems. I had already guessed from the documents I was handed, but it looks like the training is going to be a high-speed Spartan affair. At the same time, I realize again that this training is going to be very helpful for me. Ah, man, focusing on work for hours on end really wears you out. I stretch out my entire body to loosen up the cramps from focusing on so hard for too long. Yo, nice work. You look worn out. Male manager I met during training comes over to chat. Thanks. There's a lot to remember, but I'm sure it will all be useful information to have. That's admirable of you. My mind's already turned to goop. I'm going to go out for a smoke. Wanna come? Sorry, I don't smoke. Got it. Well, see you later. Yeah, see you in the afternoon. Watching as he goes off to the smoking room, I wonder what I should do. It's more tiring just sitting here doing nothing, so I might as well go out for a breath of fresh air. Head to the nearby park, only to find someone unexpected. Huh? Miss Yuki? Who's there? Oh. What coincidence. Are you getting a breath of fresh air too? Yes. Stepping outside for a breather really is the best way to refresh, isn't it? Yes, I suppose so. Our verbal tennis ends there, putting an awkward pause in our conversation. For a long while, we both sit there without opening our mouths in total silence. This is awkward. There's no reason to try and force a conversation, but I can't help but want to end this awkward silence. Sneak a sidelong glance at Yuki. She really is beautiful. Her face is perfect, and her figure is nothing to snuff at either. Even if she's just sitting there expressionless, those passing by can't help but feel an attraction to her. So this is the charm of the top idol. Do you need something? Huh? You've been staring at me for the last minute. Don't be creepy, dude. Struck by fascination, I sit there idly like I've been seduced, unable to voice an answer to her question. So you're participating in the joint practice session? My agency is the one sponsoring the event. Of course I'm participating. She's at least responds to the question I came up with in desperation. On the contrary, I'm quite surprised that you two are participating. That's a harsh way of putting it, but I guess it's a fair given the current state of ODA productions. But we'll keep on doing our best, so that one day we can make a good comeback. That right. I'll be looking forward to the day ODA Productions returns to its former glory. I'll be sure not to let you down. Right. What do you think of Ai? Is she doing well in practice? Miss Amini? Yes. She seems to consider something for a brief second, but immediately response. As far as I can tell, she seems to be doing a good job. That's good. I'm relieved to hear that. And once again, our conversation comes to an abrupt end. Would you like something to drink? You're taking care of Ai for us, so I feel like I should thank you. I certainly don't have any intention of taking care of her. Well, let's just forget about that for a second. What would you like? Whatever, it's fine. I'll leave it to you. Got it. Wait here for a second. Pressing the vending machine, I checked the drink selection. I should probably pick my drink first. Usually I see them drink coffee a lot, so I'll just choose that. Guess I'll have black coffee. Next is Yuki's drink. Which one should I choose? She probably doesn't like sweet things, so I'll give her a coffee same as me. Sorry to keep you waiting. I got you a black coffee. I hope that's okay. It's fine. Well, here you go. I feel like that was a lukewarm response, but maybe I'm just imagining things. Ooh. Yeah, this brand of coffee is pretty good. It's got a nice crisp bitterness and really wakes you up. Look at me beside me. I noticed Yuki has downed the whole coffee in one gulp. She seems to have even more vague of a facial expression than usual, or maybe it's just me. But we do have some connection now. Remember the day we first met on the day of Ai's first live performance, and I accidentally clicked the button before I read the rest. Are you Nagi? I can't help but ask after seeing the girl who suddenly appeared. The girl who looked like she was about to say something swallows her words and answers. I just questioned subvertingly. So he's remembering back when they first met, I guess. Nagi, the Nagisa Yukihiro. After blinking her eyes in disbelief, I turns towards Yuki, corrosive glance, and falters under its force. Oh, I mean, it's not that I doubt you. I was just surprised. Yuki, the insurmountable, famous top idol, beautiful even by idol standards, with a calm and cool composure, highly acclaimed singing abilities, and a robust knowledge of the world. Yes. Muttering her response in a total flat tone, Yuki turns her glance towards Ai. You're the idol that was singing on stage a minute ago. Yes, I'm Ai. Were you watching my performance? Yes, I was. Today was my first ever performance. How was it? Terrible. Your dancing wasn't totally unwatchable, but you need a lot more singing practice. If you plan on being an idol, you should take your training more seriously. Yes, you're right. Crestfallen Ai, whose spirits had been cut down to size even more than she let on, slumps her shoulders. By the way, Miss Yuki, why are you here? I owe this event's organizer gratitude for helping me out when I was still a rookie, so I thought I would stop by. You performed in the event. Are you surprised? It's not like I was famous from the start. I was once a rookie on the lowest rung on the ladder, too. There was certainly a sense in what she said, but along with our impressions of her as an insurmountable idol, we're bound to have some cognitive bias. I understand why she came to the event, but why are you here backstage? It's like you were waiting to ambush us. As I continue questioning her, I can't help but feel Yuki's stare become more and more severe. Came to say hi to the event organizer and to meet a friend, and you two just happened to be here as well. That's all. It's not like I had any ill will towards you. Acquaintance of yours is performing in this event as well. Yes, I didn't realize at first, so when I looked at the timetable, I was pretty surprised too. If that's the case, I suppose we're just bothering you. It's nothing for you to concern yourself about. I was about to leave anyway. Huh? You're not going to wait to see your friend? Yuki faintly nods her head in response to Ai's question. Well, it's almost time for me to get to work. Either way, it was just a passing thought. If I can't see her, it's not a big deal. And into flashback. Back then, I didn't think I'd ever meet Yuki again. Life really is strange. As I was reminiscing, I noticed someone step out of the building and head toward the park. Of course I would find you here. Saya, what's wrong? was a message about work that just came in, and Mr. Kino, noticing me there, Nagisa inserts herself between Yuki and I and turns her glare towards me. Why are you here? No more importantly, just what do you think you're doing here alone with Ai? I haven't done anything suspicious. We just ran into each other while on a break. Obviously, if you had done anything, I'd crush her. Feeling a chill go down my spine, I didn't have the nerve to ask just what she would crush. So, you wanted to talk about work? Yes, that's right. Let's go over the details in the office. Understood? And they're gone. Guess I shouldn't be surprised that a top idol is so busy. Anyhow, I got to work hard to make Ai as famous as her. Watching the two hurry back to the office, I sit quietly, regaining my resolve. I'll rest for just a bit more and head back. I gotta work hard this afternoon. A few days after the first joint practice session, I received a reminder message from productions about the next one. Good morning, Nobu. Oh, you came in at just the right time. Just then? Right time? Is it something about work? Close. I just got a message about the next joint practice session. Anyway, the date isn't going to change, but, reading back over the message, I tilt my head forward. What's wrong, Nobu? Looks like the meeting time has been changed. It's a little earlier than before. It says there's a matter that needs to be discussed, but what could it be about? Who knows? Rather than waste time trying to think about it, we decided to wait until the appointed day. And finally, the second day of joint practice has come. This time, rather than in the training room, the managers and aisles gathered together in the same practice room. Amidst the hubbub of the practice room, Nagisa emerged as the person in charge of the meeting. Good morning, everyone. Thank you very much for gathering here today for the joint practice session. Just like before, the aisles will be practicing their routines while the managers work on job training. But before that, there is something I would like to talk about, as per the message you all received a few days ago. With everyone in the room's attention focusing on her, she slowly began to speak. There's but one reason we have gathered you all here this morning. A few days ago, we at Productions received a confidential notification concerning the idol festival, DivaFes. Our organizer has decided to continue with the annual schedule to hold the festival again this year. The room, which had grown completely silent at her words, suddenly burst into a clamor louder than before. Nobu, what's DivaFes? Is it some kind of festival for idols? Oh, right, you probably never heard of it. DivaFes is, to put it bluntly, like a national competition for idols. Competition for idols? Yeah, every year a huge number of idols come together to participate. It gets pretty exciting. The winner gets prize money, regular spot on TV, a chance to act for an outdoor advertiser, screen ad, and a song offers from a famous composer. Those are all great and well, but the best part is you get bestowed the title of diva. Oh, I know about that. It's given to the top idol, right? That's right. Only the idol holding that title can really call herself a true top idol. Wow, the competition is a lot bigger a deal than I thought. I don't know whether the scale of the thing is just too huge for her to imagine, but I seems to get dazed as she listens to me. But if Nagisa is bringing up DivaFes now, could it mean that they're already recruiting idols to perform? Even if so, it's too bad. There's no way I could participate. There are definitely conditions befitting a scale that must be met before someone can participate. Looking around me, I notice some other idols and managers who have already lost interest in the conversation. They're probably like us and haven't met those conditions either. This year DivaFest will have even more sponsors than last year. On top of that, it looks like the conditions to participate will also be different this year. Change to the conditions, how exactly were the participation rules changed. Up until last year, there were conditions set for the number of CD sales, number of followers, criteria that the idols had to clear, but this year all of those conditions will be waived. I take her words completely at face value and ask, So that would mean essentially anyone could participate unconditionally, right? Yes, there's no problem with thinking about it like that. This year, anyone, regardless of age, nationality, skill level, and an idol, or even an underground idol unaffiliated with an agency. Anyone who so desires can participate in DivaFes. Clamor even greater than when she announced the commencement of DivaFes fills the room. With that information in mind, we will be recruiting idols from amongst our partner production agencies. We pledge to support any idols we select to participate, even if they are in another agency, to the full extent of our abilities. That is quite the generous offer, to put it lightly. For a question. Yes, what is it? Any one of us would be glad to have your support, but what's in it for? We consider all of our business partners to be part of the family. If we have a lot of idols do well in the event, it could only be good for our ability to produce future idols. If we do that, we can guarantee that high quality future idols will want to come. Of course, we're anticipating a number of different outcomes, but hearing our predictions will have no effect on the actual event, correct? I guess that's right. Knowing there's more to it makes it a lot easier to accept your support without worry. After hearing what she said, the manager nods his head and returns to his seat. Are there any other questions? What kind of competition will it be? Is it going to be the same as last year? Different from last year. This year there will be preliminary competitions in each region so as to sift through all the idols. Idols that make it through will make it to the national convention where they can participate in their real show. So that's how it's going to work. Thank you. Oh, I have a question too. After that, questions come one after the next, each answered as quickly as they are asked. Once the questions finally come to a stop, she speaks again. Well then, it seems like there's no more questions. Once again, we will be recruiting idols to perform. Is there anyone here who thinks they would like to perform at DivaFes? At that question, the idols began discussing amongst themselves. Shadow is fulfilled with equal parts curiosity and nervousness, and it's obviously that many are unsure what to do. I'll do it. While the rest play wait and see, an idol with an aura brighter than the rest announced her candidacy. Anyone else? No idols respond to Yuki's call. Idol who had all been participating together up till then must have felt the gulf between their ability and Yuki's. Who can blame the idols for hesitating given the situation? This is quite the sudden announcement, so it seems many of you are still surprised. The program won't be held just today, so please come and speak with us on another day. Wait, sorry. Interrupting Yuki turns toward the other idols in the room. Once everyone had given her the utmost attention, Yuki begins to speak. None of you planned to participate. You heard, didn't you? Anyone can participate this year. It is the biggest chance, so you may as well give it a shot, right? That's true, but if you're participating, is there really any point in any of us trying? Who ever said there wasn't any point in trying? That kind of attitude will snatch away all of your future chances and kill any talent you might have. Don't worry about other people. Anyone can run away. Anyone can give up. Yuki's tone is indifferent, but to us it comes through like an explosive blast. The scariest thing for an idol isn't failing to become the best, it's forgetting about the challenge. So what will you do? As idols, what do you hope to accomplish? Stopping at the proclamation, she shoots a questioning glare across the room. Nobu, sitting there beside me, I firmly grasp my hand. I understand what she wants to say. I reply with a nod, and we both resolve to move forward. Can rookies participate in this year's DivaFes? Yes, as Nagisa said before, whether they're rookies or veterans, it doesn't matter. If that's the case, I want to try. I want to give it a participate. I raised her voice as if given an oath. I want to perform on a big stage, and if I can, I want to make someone happy with my song. Can't pass up this chance to get closer to that stage I've always dreamt of. Also, I can't just sit and do nothing after an idol I respect says so much. Does you respect me? Why do you act so surprised? Nearly every girl here feels the same as her. We all respect you. After hearing such an explosive statement from you, there's no way a rookie like I could sit there silent. I'm not very confident in my abilities, but I think I would like to participate. Thanks to Yuki's fierce proclamation and Ai's resolution, I'll start declaring their desire to participate one after another. Seems like you're all been stirred to action. Yeah, if I'm going to participate in DivaFes, I'm going to be in it to win it. Indeed, I have no intention of losing either, so I hope you all prepare for a challenge. Can't wait to see what you can do. Of course, we won't let you down. If you're all joining, it looks like there'll be quite a few more participants than I was expecting. Afterwards, we will hand over the forms to your managers, so please fill them out and hand them back to us. Also, no official announcement has been made yet regarding DivaFes, so please take care of how you handle the information. This concludes all I wanted to share. Practice will begin in 10 minutes, so please try not to be late. Even after the meeting concludes and we start moving to our training areas, unable to contain our excitement. Who'd have thought I would be able to participate in such a huge competition? After today's lesson, we've got to have a meeting once we get back to the office. We have to think about how I can come out on top at DivaFest. First, a joint practice session, and now DivaFest. I guess we'll have our hands full for a while. Is that it? Okay, it's not letting me continue, so I guess that's the end of the demo. Kind of an abrupt ending. But that was Kirakira Star's Idol project. So, not too bad. I like the style. I think it was a pretty cool novel. A little different than what we've played in the past. It doesn't really have any like mystery or horror aspect to it, but it's always nice to change things up. It was about as long as my last demo, almost an hour. I will leave a link in the description below if you want to check it out for yourself or play the full game when that comes out. It might already be out, I'm not quite for sure. I know on Steam I had to go back a month or something just to find this game, because everything, even though it was on there, it like had no demos for it, the games that were saying that was on there, so I don't know, but I enjoyed it. So if you want to see more visual novels or anything else, let me know down in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe so you know when I upload new content, and if you like the video, give it a thumbs up, and I will catch you in the next one.